if there's a gun to your head, when are we gonna see the Shakur Tanks, the Shakur Devin, the Devin Tanks?
There's only one fight that is really
the one
that, like, if we like gonna be for real about it, like,
keep it on.
What's
like,
the fight?
my opinion, because we talking about like skill and like boxing, like all around boxing, right?
Yeah,
because we ain't talking about somebody that just got a good jab or what.
Yeah.
We talking about like all around,
can do everything.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah,
me and Tank the biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens.
Y'all, what you think? Like 147, 140?
Nah, hell no.
135?
35, 40, I don't know. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Yeah. I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too, so it's like,
you're gonna get it on.
Boxing fans, get ready, because the biggest showdown in the lightweight division is officially set for November 15th, so circle that date. Gervonta "Tank" Davis will face Shakur Stevenson. For years, this matchup lived in rumors, online arguments, and back and forth on social media. But now, with Turki Al-Sheikh continuing to deliver major events in Saudi Arabia, the fight finally appears locked in for Gervonta Davis. This may be the defining moment of his career for Shakur Stevenson. It is the opportunity he has long been waiting for, the chance to prove he stands above his generation. And adding even more intrigue, Floyd Mayweather is closely involved in the situation. This is more than just a headline event. It is a clash of two very different styles. Davis brings explosive power and the ability to end a fight instantly. With a single punch, his knockout threat changes everything in seconds. On the other side, Stevenson represents elite technique and control, a defensive specialist who avoids clean shots and forces opponents to pay for every mistake.
I'm gonna keep it like real. I'm gonna keep it 100. A lot of people feel that Tank is just a power puncher. I don't think that. I think that he's a very skillful fighter. I think that the power just along with the skills, he's so strong, he clip people that people forget that he's that skillful. But I think that he's very skillful. I think that he's gonna pummel Frank Martin, and he's gonna think that he put on a crazy example, and he's gonna feel real tough. Frank Martin, not me. That's all I really got to say about it.
This fight is the ultimate showdown between raw power and sharp precision. But Shakur is more than just a defensive expert. He is quick, accurate, and difficult to figure out, and he has been chasing this opportunity for years. He has repeatedly called out Tank, making it clear he is not intimidated by the knockout threat and firmly believes he is the top fighter in the division. Now he finally has the stage to back up those words. Still, this challenge is on a different level because Gervonta Davis is no ordinary rival. Tank is ruthless in the ring and steps in with one goal: to finish the job.
6, 7 more fights, and I'm naming names. One of the guys, obviously, you and Shakur got into it on Twitter. You was like, you wanted them 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
For sure?
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
Do you think that's going to be your hardest fight?
Hell no.
Nah?
Wow.
Because he a good boxer, nigga. Like, that's when I look at y'all two as the best in the division.
How? Show me something that he did spectacular. Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me.
Right.
His power not outrageous.
Okay.
What defense?
You don't think he got defense?
He just jumped back. You never see him slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up, move around. He don't got no technique. And his offense is the same thing. If go look at his fights.
So you feel like
putting him on game.
But you feel like it's easy work though. You like,
come on, bro.
However, there is one criticism that some professionals often raise about Shakur's style. They believe he is overly cautious when it comes to taking punches, and that approach becomes a major talking point when facing someone like Gervonta Davis, who is widely regarded as one of the hardest punchers in the sport.
You know, Shakur is a very talented, skillful, technique fighter. Yeah. You know, can't take anything away from it. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world. Scared to get touched up in front of the world. And
are you saying that off of the last fight or just
in general? In general. Yeah. In general. Me and Shakur sparred before. We did 3 rounds and it was just light work and me trying to figure out his jab. Does he have a good jab? Yeah, he does. But once you pass it, Once you pass the jab, it's game.
Yeah.
It's food. It's lunch food. I am the best. I don't see no contract that says Shakur's name on there.
Yeah.
So until then, I'm gonna say and talk my stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want to come that way, then come that way. I mean, you have investors that are with you, and that's great. But they understand that they cannot have you come this way. Because I am too much of a gamble for anybody.
This matchup has been building for years. Tank and Shakur have never seen eye to eye. They've traded words on social media, taken subtle jabs in interviews, and even exchanged tension face to face.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those
Y'all keep saying his name for?
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only winning basketball and football. That shit in boxing.
For these two, it goes beyond the sport itself. It is about claiming the top spot in the lightweight division. Shakur believes Tank gets more credit than he deserves, while Tank argues that Shakur's style lacks excitement. Now, they finally have the chance to settle it in the ring. What adds another layer to this showdown is Floyd Mayweather, because surprisingly, he is now supporting Shakur. For a long time, Floyd stood firmly behind Tank, guiding his career, helping build his name, and turning him into a major attraction. But as time passed, their bond weakened. Tank wanted independence and no longer wanted to operate under Floyd's shadow.
I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I wouldn't say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him, and I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah,
that deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah, oh, that's a part of the
deal. He don't know about that yet, but that's bigger than his deal.
Damn, wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal.
Yeah.
Tank, don't cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
And now Floyd is working closely with Shakur Stevenson, the very person who once guided Tank's rise, is now offering his experience and support to the opponents set to face him. Floyd has even publicly stated that Shakur is the top fighter in the division, and that clearly sends a message toward Tank. The bond between Tank and Floyd has been unstable for quite some time, but this move takes things to another level now. It feels personal, because the fight is no longer only about skill, it is about making a statement. Tank wants to prove he built his success on his own and never depended on Floyd before he can face Shakur. However, Tank must first handle his upcoming bout with Lamont Roach.
The back have to get the shot. Everyone stay down. Thank you.
If we're being honest, this is not the matchup fans or analysts were asking for. Tank and Roach have faced each other several times in the amateur ranks, and Tank came out on top each time. Because of that, there is little suspense around this bout, since most people expect the same outcome, with Tank likely securing another victory.
The fact that Lamont Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is, it goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not. That matters. When you know a guy's rhythm, when you know their speed, when you know what they're thinking, that changes everything, Saying all this to say that because I know we got a lot of people. It don't matter. When he get hit, he going to sleep. Just wait for it. This might be a fight until he gets hit. again, he's tasted that before. So if he gets hit and he doesn't go away, we got a fighter on our hands, you know? I think it's a good fight. I think that there's better fights for Tank Davis, but this is a good fight.
The matchup fans are truly focused on is Tank against Shakur, and that leads to a bigger question. Why delay at the answer appears simple. Tank has stated that he plans to step away from boxing after 2025.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight, you're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
If he truly plans to walk away soon, then his window is limited with only a handful of bouts remaining. Many believe he should be chasing the biggest challenges, available names like Keyshawn Davis, Devin Haney, and Shakur Stevenson. Instead, he is choosing matchups that do little to shape his long-term legacy or define this stage of his career.
I'm on Roach, but you know, when you look at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at, you know, these other fighters that he should really be fighting, you know, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire. Yeah. So don't come and but don't come and come at me. Yeah. And go, oh yeah, let's give it all, you know, very big bollocks, and go, oh yeah, let's give him some stick, and then make out like we want the fight. And then we send an offer over, and then you fight for 15 million, and yet you fight Lamont Roach. Don't do all that. Do you know what I mean?
It was a real offer. That was true then.
It was a real offer. We offered. I said, listen, you keep talking my promoter's going to get back to you in 48 hours. 50 minutes. Initial offer sent over. You know, but was it Unquail didn't let him out to play? His boss didn't let him out. That's it. So he wants to talk about 50 million. First offer.
There was room to negotiate.
Of course there was. But he's an idiot. I don't even know if he knows what negotiating means.
At least with this newly revealed fight date, it seems Tank is finally heading in the right direction. One thing stands out: Tank is evolving. He's making significant changes to his training setup, bringing in a new team with Derek James stepping in as head coach. Physically, Tank also looks transformed. He's in the best shape of his career, stronger, leaner, and more focused than ever. Yet there's a concern with Calvin Ford no longer around. Tank doesn't have anyone keeping him disciplined, and reports suggest he's been smoking during training camp.
It's been to the streets. I know you ain't focused. Better tighten up.
That's why I got everybody out of there. That's why I got everybody out of there. Can they see my page now?
Better tighten up.
That's exactly the kind of behavior Calvin Ford would never have allowed. Tank is still putting in work in the gym, but the question is whether he's truly dialed in. If he enters the ring against Shakur Stevenson without being fully focused, it could turn into a very long and difficult night for him.
Why do you think people say that Shakur Stevenson then is the next big thing in the sport?
For one, I really think the fans don't really see nobody beating Shakur. When people bring up him and Tank, when I see and I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is going to destroy this guy and everybody is saying it. No, that shit be like real debates. Like, no, this Shakur, this, that. And then not only that, now you see Shakur moving up in weight. He's filling out. He's dropping this dude. He went crazy that last fight. That last fight was like kind of crazy. You go back and watch, that was crazy, you know. So now I think people is getting another insight on Shakur. Like, nah, this kid, he been kicking ass for a long ass time now. This kid probably really is the real deal. You feel what I'm saying? He getting his just due. At this point, I really think it's just about giving him that one example. That one real name, that one person that can go 100 miles per hour with him from round 1 to round 12. A new generation, new champion.
For Shakur Stevenson, this fight means everything. He has the skill, speed, and strategy to potentially pull off a major upset against Tank.
The thing that surprised me about Shakur, he's strong. I think if anything, I mean, we're all strong. Mm-hmm. But and you guys might not like this, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. The thing we know about Terrence Crawford, when he gets in the ring, he's so strong here, there's nothing you can convince him that he can't do. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I was getting that same sort of mentality from Shakur. I'm wrestling with Shakur, I'm locking down Shakur, and Shakur, I would think if I was Shakur, I would have been slipping out of it and get back on my speed. He's trying to go toe to toe with me and outmaneuver me and pick me up and things like that. I'm like, okay, this kid got some strength, but more than the physical strength is the mental strength.
If he defeats Tank, Shakur will solidify his place as the top lightweight in the world. But if he comes up short, his reputation could take a serious hit.
Fight has gotta happen. There's no way the fight don't happen. The best of the best versus the best, and I can't wait for it.
What would happen between you and Gervonta?
I'm going to win for sure, 100%. I think that a lot of people going to bet the other way, and a lot of people going to lose money, but the people who bet this way are going to win money.
For Tank, this fight is about his legacy. He's long been known as a knockout artist, a fighter with devastating power. But now he has to show that he's more than just that.
Tank Davis. Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer. George was a puncher. Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in. Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition. He was doing that a lot. And he got to be careful of that. 2 fights ago, he was really doing that. You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really good.
Can he overcome a technical boxer like Shakur? Can he find a way to break down an opponent who hardly ever takes a clean shot?
Fuck no. I ain't never been knocked down a day in my life. I ain't never really been, like, hurt in no fight. Like, far as, because the people took when I said this wrong, like, I got hit with a body shot before that I felt. They could, like, if you want to call that hurt. But I'm talking about, like, somebody hit you in the chin where, like, people say you chinny and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got no chin. I never, like, felt nothing, no chin shot where I was buzzed or hurt or nothing like that in no fight that I had. So, in sparring, fight, anything. So, nah.
This fight isn't just about getting the win. It's about proving to the world who the real king of the division is.
Fuck no. I ain't never been knocked down a day in my life. I ain't never really been, like, hurt in no fight. Like, far as, because the people took when I said this wrong, like, I got hit with a body shot before that I felt. They could, like, if you want to call that hurt. But I'm talking about, like, somebody hit you in the chin where, like, people say you chinny and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got no chin. I never, like, felt nothing, no chin shot where I was buzzed or hurt or nothing like that in no fight that I had. So, in sparring, fight, anything. So, nah.
Gervonta Davis is running out of time. He's already announced he plans to retire after 2025, which means only a few fights remain. With that in mind, every bout has to count.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, Wes, so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
And this fight, it's the biggest one of all. November 15th, Tank versus Shakur.
Shakur Stevenson. Shakur might have better defense. At the end of the day, I still think we haven't seen the best Tank Davis. That's what people always power. We still haven't seen the best Tank Davis. And Shakur, for the most part, he comes forward. Tank Davis, all he takes is one shot. He's a very patient fighter. He doesn't throw a lot of shots, but every shot he throws, he makes them count.